What's going on, world family? It's your boy, Donald Jones, and welcome to another episode of Journey of the Mindset. Episode 12, A Journey of the Mindset. I can't believe that we this far on, but guess what? I got two special guests with me. I got two gentlemen that I actually grew up with. One of them is family. The other one is family. And let's keep it real just like that. I got Dan. Dan, just throw your hands up in the air so they know who you are. Mr. Positive Energy.
What's up? How y'all doing?
Right here. This is his brand. He is the man. He is the man.
Yep.
Then we got my man Andre. Andre, how you doing, Mr. Dre?
What up, y'all?
Throw your hands in the air so they know who you are real fast.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
I know that I wanted you guys to definitely be on the show because you guys are people that I grew up with. And I actually grew up in the South Bronx, and I used to come over to Queens to come out and hang out with y'all. And I'll never forget coming to hang out with you guys. Y'all was into the whole rap thing, and y'all were rapping. And I think at the time I probably was into the singing, but we never did no collaborations. But me coming from the South Bronx and then coming over to Queens was a different world to me because one, where I came from, it was just like I was just living in the buildings and it was projects that was like down the hill from me. So I used to hang out there. And then when I came into you guys' community, it was more like it was just houses. And I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. This is like the suburbs. But then you guys told me, don't be fooled, buddy. Don't be fooled by the name.
Yeah,
it's real around here. So I got a culture shock very, very fast. And I love you guys for embracing me. I love the block that the people on the block definitely embrace me. And I really appreciate it. And I think that it would definitely be dope to have you guys on the show because both of you guys have your own careers going. You got a clothing line going on right now, Dan. You're an ambassador, Dre, for a clothing line. You guys are still working with music, and I see the work that you're doing, and I think it's very important for young Black males, especially, to see that the struggles and learn the struggles that you guys been through to get to where y'all are now. So first thing off, I want to ask you guys a question. Where are y'all now? Y'all came from Queens. Where are you guys living now?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, jump in.
Okay. Well, right now I'm in Kansas City, Missouri. I've been here about 9 years now. I've been in Missouri as a whole 11 years. When I first moved here, I was in a small town called Rolla, Missouri. It's about 2 hours away from me. I met my wife and then moved out to Kansas City for better opportunities and things like that. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now, middle of the map.
And you right now, you're doing the positive energy. This is the sweaters that we're actually wearing right now. You can back up a little bit and show that shirt off. That shirt is nice, man, real nice. And that's the new line that you're dropping right now, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Is that one of the reasons why you moved from Queens to Missouri to pursue that?
No, not to pursue this. Positive energy was created 2 years ago as just an idea. A year ago, I actually, got my first mock-up, my first physical shirt done, a year ago. So Positive Energy is new, the brand, right? But Positive Energy, like my life being more positive, that started back then. At that time before I moved, I just wanted to work on myself and do better and achieve some of my goals. So I knew that my attitude had to change, and me moving was definitely a step in that direction of changing my mindset. I needed to get away. I needed to just change my whole atmosphere, and that was a long journey in itself. But yeah, so Positive Energy, not only is it the brand now, but it was being branded, in myself then with the change, with the big move going from New York 2,000 miles away. That was a definitely a pivotal point in my life.
Yeah, Missouri is a long way from home, man.
Yeah, bro.
Long way.
Dre, where you at right now?
I'm out here in Panama City, Florida.
Okay.
2 hours from Tallahassee.
You're a long way from home too. What made you take that move from Queens to Panama City? That's a small town in Florida too.
Yeah. Spring break town, man. Everybody come out here spring break. But man, we needed a change, man, and it's a lot of situations going on behind closed doors in Queens that was just it wasn't real good feeling. So my brother lived out here in Panama City for military purposes, and my sister-in-law, his wife, she had passed away. They said it was meningitis. They don't know. They don't really know what it was. So me and my mom, we said, hey, let's go out there and let's help them out. You know, they just had a baby and everything, my little niece, on my birthday too. So I was like, man, let's go. So came out here. Well, I came out here, man, things were moving for music. We just had got spins on Wendy Williams. Mm-hmm. She had a show on WBLS. We were doing shows in Manhattan. We were setting up our own shows, and I had to drop everything and come back out, start all over. So came out here and started doing Christian rap. Mm-hmm. Performed at this God Bless America concert. Okay. It was very different out here, man, and I had to adjust. I had to take a step back and adjust, and met my wife out here also, and started a family. So that takes a lot out of you. Yeah. If you start a family, it's like everything goes towards that. So I had to put my dreams on hold.
I think the last time we all seen each other, I don't even think we even had kids at the time.
Nah.
Yeah. No. Definitely not. And Dre. Oh, just for full disclosure, Dre is actually my cousin. I haven't seen him for quite some time. We talk every now and then. Very busy. And Dan and Dre, best friends. They were the two that I really hung out with when I used to go to Queens. The most. And like I said, they were doing music. Dan, you still doing music too?
Yeah, I am. I don't think I would never stop. As many times as I wanted to kind of quit or just stop, I always find myself back to it. And what's crazy is my Ranisha, my cousin. You know Ranisha, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was,
I do remember her. Yeah.
It was one time I was just talking to her on the phone, and I was like, yo, man, I think I'm about to chill on the music or whatever and just focus on some other thing. And she was like, she was like, nah, if you stop that, then you won't be used. And I said, damn. And that's a part of you for your family and everything. She said, what would you do? And that joint just sparked me back up, man. So I said, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to get rid of this equipment, and I keep moving, but I'm active now. Got songs out and stuff. So we still doing
it. It's crazy. You know what? Before I go into asking you guys about turning your dreams into a reality, I know that there's definitely going to be this question. Is one, what part of Queens were you guys from?
Hollis.
Hollis,
Queens.
Hollis, Queens.
Henderson.
187?
Yeah, 187th Street. Yep.
So 187 on my motherfucking block.
Man.
Coming from Queens, how can you say that kind of builds you up to actually say, you know what, and I ask this question because I'm one person that I've lived in New York my whole life. Grew up in the South Bronx, now I'm in Yonkers, but I've always wanted to move out of New York to another state, but I've always been scared. My lifelines are here, my son is here, my mother, and that's where the majority of the bulk of my family is, but I always wanted to move to another state. I've always heard this thing called jump and just build your wings on the way down. How was that? What was that conversation like with yourself? Like, yo, you know what? It's time to go. Getting there, adjusting, and not running back to your safety nets.
For me, that it was at the time it was mad easy because I think from the years leading up to that point where I actually left, I was contemplating leave. I was just like, yo, I gotta make it somehow. Like at the time I felt like I wasn't gonna make it, I just ain't have a grip on what I wanted to do or anything. So I was just still searching. So I was like, if I ever found a way out, and I moved out of my crib, I moved to the Bronx. Remember, I was been moving. So I've been searching for different opportunities, you know what I'm saying, in different ways. And I just couldn't get to where I wanted to get. So I'm like, yo, something, it gotta be something more than the circles I keep revolving in. So it was kind of easy to make the decision when the opportunity came, because if it sounded better, I was going for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what happened was, Alex, me, Ken, and Alex, childhood friends of ours. I was at work. We used to work at this warehouse, and Alex, he had moved out of town. He was in the military, right? I think his girlfriend was in the military, and then she had been stationed in Missouri. So he called us on the Nextel. Remember the Nextel? Bleep, bleep.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yo, you could get an apartment for $400 a month out here." And I looked at Ken. We was like, "Word?" That was it. We quit that job that night, got bus tickets, went down to visit, scoped the scene, came back and got our stuff. Yo, we had jobs in a week. So it was kind of easy because I was like, that math, I said, man, in New York, man, you need 5,000 to start to look for some basement. Like, so I was
Gonna
like,
be living with your mama for a long time.
Yeah, and I was ready to go because I already had a taste of being on my own when I moved out of the crib, like moving to the Bronx. I was staying in Philly a little bit, so I already had that urge to just be in my own place. So once they said 400 a month, I was gone. That was it, and there was no safety net because at that time it was just like, bro, I can't go back. And then the amount of people was like, you gonna be back? It was people was like, man, you gonna be back, bro, whatever. Like, when I tell them, yo, I'm leaving, they're like, you moving to where? What? Tornadoes? What?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, G, I gotta get it. I'll be back, So that's how it happened.
Dre, what about you, man? Like, I know that you moved down there to actually help out your brother, but like, how was that adjustment for you? Did you ever like look back and be like, damn, you know what? I miss NY. I want to go back.
It's a long story, but I'm gonna try to. I don't know. You remember when I got kicked out?
Yeah, you was with me for a little while. I remember the Bronx.
I got kicked out when Dan moved to the Bronx, and I was like, man, I'm going to see my boy, man. I don't care. I went to go see him. Got back home. Yeah. So I had to go to Connecticut and live with my brother, man. And it went from there to my brother saying, oh, and I got to move to Panama City, Florida for the job opportunity with the military. So I had a choice. My mom was like, hey, come on back, man. Just have your backup plan. You can't do music forever. Blah, blah, blah. If it don't work, you got to have a backup plan. So I said, you know what? I'm going back. I miss the block. I miss my friends, everything, man. So when I moved back, I started going to school for graphic designs and multimedia. So I got that popping. At the time, I was still doing the music. Started, getting spins on the radio a little bit, and it started going good. And then that whole situation happened, man. But it was scary because I had to have a job lined up out there before we left. I was working for Verizon at the time, man. Come to find out, they had one store out here in Panama City, right? One store. And there was no spots open. Damn. And then eventually, like a week later, hey, we got a spot open. So I look at it like it was meant to be, man. It was in the plans. And then when I moved out here and started working, the person that was supposed to leave never left. She stayed right there. Actually, me and her became really good friends. And it all started from there, man. It was crazy how everything lined up. It's like I was supposed to be here, and I feel it. I can't even leave if I wanted to. Everything is all established here, and it's crazy. I could have came down here when my brother came, and I had to go to school out here and everything. And then I look back when I left, went back to New York for 2 years, and then came out here. My whole life would have been completely different if I would have came out here when my brother came out. It's amazing how it's amazing how we got forks in the road, man, in our lives, and you could take your own directions. And then when you take the direction that you were supposed to take, or when you don't take the direction you were supposed to take, it kind of comes back around in a circle. And it's like, look, you got the second chance now. Yeah. You take it. And if you don't take it, I'm going to make you take it. I'm going to find out. My God rest Erica, man, she passed away. We just had to move. And then the situation at the house, we had to move. So we are supposed to be here, man.
Man.
Hope to be here, bro.
You
It was
know,
amazing.
you said something that was very powerful. And it's when you're supposed to do something and when you're meant to do something, the universe finds a way of twisting and turning and getting you to get to where it is that you have to
Hope to
get
be
to.
here.
It was the same thing with me, and that's the reason why I do Journey of the Mindsets, because it's important for people to know that right now in this second, while they're in that funk and while they feel like, you know what, every time I take 5 steps forward, I get pushed back 10 steps. That no, you got to
Yeah.
keep on pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At the end of every tunnel is light. You got to focus on the light and keep on going no matter what. And you got to understand that nothing is going to be given to you easy. If it's easy, you're not going to appreciate it that much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And,
Right.
and for us, honestly, as being black males and starting clothing lines, doing music, being an ambassador for clothing lines, doing podcasts, trying to build an organization.
Yeah.
How is that? What do you think some of the struggles are with that? And I really, one of the things I really don't like to do is I really don't like to touch on race a lot, because I try to stay universal. I'm about spreading love, but it does seem like race does play a big, race and sex, because women aren't treated as equals either. And we'll brush on that in a little bit, but race does seem to start playing a factor, especially in black males' growth. What are some of the trials and tribulations that you guys can see are probably been through yourself, just becoming who you are today and trying to build what it is that you're building right now and the projects that you're also working
Well, for me with that question, I mean, I see a lot of things go on around me as far as race is concerned, but as far as my journey and my path and my life, I don't think I had a lot of those instances and roadblocks in my life. I think if anything, I think I was my own roadblock. You know what I mean? In my journey to where I'm at today, I think the decisions and stuff that I've made, because it got to a point where I just started to like self-evaluate like daily, because I knew what I wanted to build myself to be. So the self-evaluations, I rarely like I had like kind of like tunnel vision with changing me within. So when I interact with other races and other people and things, I feel like the energy I pursued, it kind of neutralized that. It doesn't allow it in my space. It's around me, but
on.
I never had any of those real situations. Now, if as far as I can remember, anything with dealing with race and how it blocks me, when I first moved to Missouri, there was instances where, with police and things like that, where what you doing around here and all of that. But yeah, what was I doing around there? I was drinking, drugs, partying. I was in crazy situations, and that doesn't give them a pass to treat me any different because of my skin. But what I'm saying is, I was wilding. I was out there when I first moved to Missouri, bro. I was not the happiest person. I was not full of the aura and positive light that I have now. I was in the process of changing, but in a small town, nothing to do. I got into bad vices, bro, and I got into some situations. So if anything, like I said, the decisions I was making at the time, I was really blocking myself. Now, slowly over the years, when I started to change up and align myself with my purpose, man, uh, it's been a beautiful thing. I can sit down and have conversation with these people, and sometimes I say, yo, the positive energy will neutralize a enemy or neutralize a opposition, to where you trying to go. It's like cutting through like a thick forest, or it just moves out your way. You know what I'm saying? When you align and everything is a focused a focused, intense beam of energy to where you trying to go, everything be making move. You know how in the Bible it says your gifts will make room for you?
That's right.
Like, bruh, it's like,
Part
man,
the sea. Part the sea.
bro. And I'm not saying that things don't come, but it's like when you build your mind up, and it's like mental fortitude. Like, son, you can handle mentally, you can handle the opposition and see it and assess it, and then make a plan to attack those things. So then they become easier to walk over. So then it's like, man, they really don't bother you. You really can help the situation with a strong mind. You know what I mean? And sometimes when those things come, it's just gain experience. And the last thing I'm gonna say is, I got an analogy for that. It's like some people, it's like, a highway. You got the main road, it's moving. You know what I mean? But then some people like us be on the outer road. Like Dre said, I feel like he came back. When you good on the outer road, you ever got off the wrong exit?
Oh, yeah.
You got the outer road.
Yeah.
They got the stops, right? Along the way. It's still going the same way, but if you on the outer road, you got stoplights, you got traffic, little hiccups, right? It doesn't move as fast as the main road, because you could have got on the stayed on the main road, but you got off, you gained experience, and guess what? It's another on-ramp a few miles away. You get back on, you done gained mad experience. You done seen some stuff that you wouldn't see. You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
Don't, so with that, going back into the subject with the race thing, in my opinion, I really, I know it's around, but I think sometimes, man, it's like what's going on inside too, that, it's certain energies, man, and those energies, they don't block where I gotta go, unless it's physical. That's the only way you probably could block it. If you come to the physical, then we gonna clash right there. But I haven't had those situations, thank God.
I agree with you 100%, man. Especially with the mindset. It's your mindset and mentality. And I'm not trying to take away from anybody's experiences that had any experiences with race, but it was the same thing with me. Even when I was in a interracial relationship, I would get these looks, and I would have these side conversations or questions that was being asked to me, and I would just be like, I don't really understand. Like, I don't live my life that way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't really focus on it. Have I had racist things done to me before? Yes. And the funny thing about it, when it was done to me, I guess I was ignorant in a sense towards it, but I wasn't paying it no mind, but I navigated myself through it the right way. Now, in one instance, when it was, when it did happen to me and something was said to me, I felt that in my stomach, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going to either address this with anger. I'm going to address it the way I know how to address it, and that's with love. That's what 143 Speaks is about. It's about love, and I address it the proper way. I explained how the way the person made me feel when they said what they said still wasn't getting through. No problem. Quit my job. Don't have no time to be dealing with myself there and being there. So I removed myself away from the environment. But that's where my journey began. That's what my journey began, because that's when I started learning a lot more about myself. Because the way, and it's like you said with the mindset, the way I was thinking about myself was I wasn't worthy to address situations like that. I wasn't smart enough to address situations like that. And I think that sometimes when it comes down to racism, there's a lot of internal conflict that we have within ourselves. And this is the reason why we can't get past what the other person's skin color looks like. So I pass the mic to you right now, Dre. You move into Panama City. I don't really know too much about Panama City other than the fact that it's a very, very small town and there's a lot of soldiers that live there. Am I correct?
You're correct. And when I first moved here, it was a culture shock, put it like that. It's very behind the times. When I came out here, they called it the Redneck Riviera. That's what they said. That's what they called it. So my story is kind of a little crazy. Man, I'm not... It's a lot, bro, but I've worked with people that said they grew up racist. They were raised racist. I know people right now that is actually pretty good friends with me that have swastika tattoos, But, I don't know if I either gravitate towards these type of people or they put in my lane. But I don't know if I have that personality to ask questions, but you could have a swastika tattoo, right? Let's say, for example, a friend of mine. But when I found this out, it was about 2 months in on our type of relationship. And when I seen it, it was like, or when he told me it, it was more of a, what you been through, bro, You don't know what people's been through to survive, man. People been in jail is like, bro, you're gonna have to get this or you gonna die type thing, you know. So I don't judge people on what they have. I don't even judge people. You know, it's how I vibe with them, man. Another good one, man, taught me almost everything I've wanted to learn growing up as far as being a handyman, putting things together that I should have learned from the father figure in my life at the time. This man taught me everything. Man, I didn't even know what a socket wrench was, bro. I'm like, what's that? What's that right there? Oh, that's a something. They say words like yonder and doohickey out here, you know.
Yeah.
So this guy, man, he taught me everything. He's the one that told me. He's like, you know, he calls me AB. Say, you know, I was raised racist, you know, and it wasn't for the military to show me that I was raised wrong, you know. These people had my back. You know, I had their back, and it was like a brotherhood, a family, you know?
Yeah.
And he really took me under his wing and taught me everything, man. Everything I needed to know. He always had my back. Always in good spirits, man. And this place gave me, being here, I learned so much from this little town, man. Yeah, people on the outside is completely different on the inside. I mean, you know, in Queens, we could look at somebody and be like, oh, that's a gangster right there, or that dude eating the blood, you know, something like that. But I mean, 9 times out of 10, you know, you might want to have to ask some questions in Queens, but out here you could go, oh man, I feel like he probably don't like that. But you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, you go to their Instagram page, they got friends, and you know, I mean, like we as people, we tend to judge people by the out. You want to know the craziest thing about out here?
What up?
The most racist people out here, the actual racist people in this town are actually black people.
Man.
That's the craziest.
That's funny because that's who was asking me questions about me being in an interracial relationship. And I found it weird because I'm like, why does it bother you that I'm with a white girl? It's not that I don't like black women. I love black women. I'm just looking for love. I'm just looking for a place where I can actually settle down and be with, and even being with a Spanish girl, like I was asked questions too, like, oh, well, but it's exactly what you said. I believe I believe a lot of times what people show on the outside is not how they feel on the inside, and a lot of it can be, I just need to fit in with the times. I was called an Oreo because of the way I speak. Somebody told me, you know, you speak very well, and I'm like, what the hell is was very well? I speak normal. I speak like you know, like well, I appreciate the accomplishment, but like what I speak regular, and I don't know, man. I guess I never really understood it because I don't look at people like, it's just not me. Like I don't just look at people and I can't say, you know what, I hate you and I don't even know you. You know what I'm saying? Like people got real hate out there. Like you just went into my house and killed my mother. Like that's how much hate they have. And I just don't understand how that breeds. I don't understand how people have that without you even having a conversation with somebody.
It's a lot. I think trauma, how people were raised, like a lot of, and that's where with the positive energy, man, that's when I'll be like, look, man, it's like about the energy, like Dre said, the vibe. We vibe, bruh. There's people that in the mindset can hold you back. That's why I said the hindering and the roadblock be yourself and your thought. Because look, any thought you have based on anything in the past, the trauma, how you grew up, if you become hard and cold, so there's a lot of opportunity over here. I feel like I said, yo, I always lean into the unknown. Everything evolves. Thoughts evolve. Allow them to evolve. Give them space to change. You know what I'm saying? Because if you close your mind up, I say no to this all the time. Because this happened, I do this all the time this way. Well, you always going to be this way.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Based on one thing that happened, you like, yo, I'm going to always be real. I'm going to do this. And if they ask me to do this again, I'm never doing it. Well, you close yourself off from a lot of opportunity because it may be another instance in a whole different situation that if you be like, yo, let me try this out again, it may change your whole trajectory. It's all this space over here and opportunity over here. But with that one track thinking and closed off to whatever situation, you close yourself off to a whole pie over here. Just by being like, I'm gonna just stay in this life because of whatever happened. You know what I mean? And it's mass situations like my life. One of the deepest things that I think I told Dre, but when I back in New York is a church I went to. Yo, the pastor tried to molest me, bro. So now I was messed up about that. I ain't had my father, and the dude was like a father figure to me. So when he approached me in that manner, I'm like, what is this? And this is what happens. And then everybody else in that congregation, like the dudes, they was all in some type of like, hold up, I'm out the way with that. And then look how that could mess up. But look, that could have messed up my whole life, G. But I didn't allow that. See, I could have been like, I ain't never trusting God. I ain't never going to another church. I ain't never doing that. I could have closed off my whole thing, my whole life because of that trauma shock, you know? Nah, G, nah, I couldn't let it. So I was like, no, I gotta be free. I said, I gotta be free from myself, from my thoughts, from that. I want to live. And then this is like where the positive energy thing comes from. It's like, yo, live. And everything is living. Yeah, everything around you is life. You know what I mean? And if you choose not to live, you're going to die. You're going to be dead. And that start up in here, all up in here, the thoughts.
And it's like a reminder, like, yo, let me tell you what this brand right here does for me. Yeah. So, you ever try to just meditate or just wake up in the morning and say, man, I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to have a good day. Next thing you know, you out the door thinking of something, still, I should run you over, man. Get in my way.
Yeah.
You know what this is right here? Man, it's a reminder, man. I've learned that we need a reminder sometimes in life because there's so much on our plate. We need a reminder to be positive, man. You could instantly go to the bathroom, look in the mirror while you wash your hands and look at it and say, positive energy. Automatically, you won't start thinking, man, I need to be positive, bro. That's what it does for me. That's why I love when it first came out, I was like, I got to get, you remember me, I DM'd you like, hey, I need one of those. I need one of those, bro. I need one.
Bro. Yeah, bro.
It's funny because I was watching you. Let me tell you something. Before I hit you up to do this podcast, I was watching you for a minute.
Okay.
Because one thing I'm about consistency. I like to see people that's consistent about their passion. And I was watching you for a minute. On the IG, I'm like, all right, let me see how long he's on. Then I'm like, yo, the moment that got me, when I seen that the shirt printer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, he's a beast.
That's what got me.
He's a
and that's what the kids doing it. They was like, I was like, oh man, that's what's up right there.
I was like, he's drinking the same sauce I'm drinking. I gotta get him on the show. And it's the same thing with Dre because I asked Dre, I'm like, yo, I see him, he posted something and he's doing music. And I'm like, yo, I remember I'm about to go in. I remember when he had this line, I have you shiver in the river like Flipper, Jack you like Jack the Ripper, head off, get off, his armor, get off. And I'm like, yo, I call him up and I'm like, yo, and I'm rapping to him. He's like, yo, how you still remember that? And I'm like, yo, you still producer? I'm like, Dre, I'm about to start this project called Journey of the Mindset. I need an anthem. And he said, yo, literally, I think it was like 3 or 4 days. And I told him, I said, listen, one thing about me is I like to work with people that's hungry. I'm only going to ask you one time. I ain't chasing it. And he literally, about 3 or 4 days, boom, he sends me something. He's like, yo, this is what I got so far. And I'm listening to it. And he had this one line on there. He said, I rose from the floods. Now, when he put that in there, I got chills in my spine because I know his story about the storm that hit Florida. And Dre, I want you to talk about that, a little bit too. But then I'm like, okay, I love it. I love the beat. It was knocking. Then I ain't hear from him for a little while. And I'm like, okay, cool. Then he's like, he hit me up. He's like, yo, I got something for you. I'm going to send it to you before the end of the day.
Yeah.
He sent me the anthem. I posted on Instagram with my little avatar on there. And I'm talking about the words. It was just on point 100%. Every time I'm about to go out and run, I listen to it. If you get on the podcast, which I need to figure out how to put it onto the YouTube part, but when you go onto the podcast, it's the anthem of the song. It's starting off the podcast and it's ending.
Yeah.
But it was just everything is about energy, what you gonna put into it, that positive energy. Same thing with you, Dre. Like, yo, when you're Yo, Dre told me that when the storm hit,
Yeah.
a tree came and knocked in his house or something like that, and the only part of his house that wasn't messed up was his studio. Is that not God talking to something?
Bro, that's the only room that was not damaged where my studio stuff was, man. It's so crazy about, it's so crazy because it was in this room right here where I'm at right now. This room, I said, you know what, I'm gonna set up my studio in here. But bro, with DJ, bro, when he told me about the whole Anthem thing, I was in a space, I was in a place where I felt like I wasn't never gonna be good enough. I felt like giving up. Me and him had conversations, 2-3 times, 4 times before that whole conversation about the Anthem thing. And bro, I just could not get right. When he finally called me for the Anthem, it lit a spark in me. It lit a spark to a wet fuse.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Man, I wrote that verse. I wrote that. I was on the way to work and I wrote a verse a long way back. And I was like, man, let me just say it to this beat just to give him an idea of the beat. When he called, I sent it to him. When he called me, he was giving me a idea for a whole different type of anthem. I was like, man, dang. Hey, check your email, though, man. I did send you something. He checked it. He was like, that's it. That's like, I want to get out the cage and just unleash it, you know. I was like, man, that's honestly, bro, that's Dan, though. That's all I know, bro. That's all I know how to go on a track. That's all I was. They was like, man, why are you so dark? Why your things was like so like battle rap, man? I was like, man, me and Dan, bro, we started on that. And I remember my first round walking to school with you, bro. When we heard Cannabis album, first drive, we was like, bro, we on a rap, bro, man. I started rapping in school with him, man. It all started from there, bro. We just started rapping, bro. But I needed that fuse. I needed that fuse lit again, man. And it's been a wet fuse for a long time, man. And thank you for getting me back in. And thank you too, cause seeing other people doing it and saying, you know what, I'm not gonna be down no more. I'm just gonna do it. When you post that stuff, bro, you with your positive messages, man, that kept the fuse lit. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm gonna push. Man, bro, I just started getting my studio together, started getting these big man. And in a week, I started getting contacts. Hey, do this beat for me. Hey, man, we want you to be an ambassador for our clothing line. Bro, it's like, what's going on? And I got this new single with this girl named Krista Beats on Instagram, man. Girl's cold, man. It's bro, it's a lot of stuff going on, man. It really, I can't stop now, you know?
You gotta keep this alive, this positive energy. When I go out and jog in the morning, let me tell you something. I just started jogging. I lost a lot of weight, man. I was 235 January of 2019, and I said that my doctor wanted me actually at 180. I'm like, there's no way I'm going down to 180. I'm gonna look all sick and crazy. So we agreed to 200.
Right.
And I weighed myself the other day. I'm 202. But I haven't jogged, and I want to say in probably about 8 months. I don't know what came over me. I just started running. I had my headphones on. I had this hoodie on, and I'm jogging. And then next thing I know, my Fitbit goes off in my ear because I have hooked up to my phone. It's like 2 miles. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, hold on. I did what? And then I turned around like, dude, I gotta walk all the way back this way. This is crazy right here. But it's all energy, Dan, Dre. It's all it's everything, man. If you put your mind into something and you I don't like you said, let me tell you this. I always start every project that I start. I always start with a vision of me in a cage. And I'm this animal that's trying to get out of this cage, and I'm shaking this cage, and I'm banging this cage, and I just need to bust out of this cage. And that's the way I get my energy up, because I know as a gorilla, when I get there and I'm able to break through them locks, sky's the limit. I'm out of here. I'm telling you right now, I'm out of here, man. I'm telling you. But I want to start with Dan real fast, because Dan, one thing I definitely want to do, and your positive energy shirts needs to get out there. So one thing I want to do, on I want to give away some of those positive energy shirts, man. Especially that one you got on right now, because that's dope. I like that. That's the new clothing line that's coming out, right?
This is the new my new design. The original, I call it the classic. It was just a plain one color thing. Now we got some color to it. We brought some more energy to the same graphic. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
There we go, right there.
Yep. Positive energy. I call it the doodle because it's got doodling on it.
Yeah.
That's what they call that style of graphic, doodling. So yeah, it's the positive energy doodle t-shirt. Yep.
So let me say this to you right now. All of my 143 Speaks followers, Journey of the Mindset listeners, the first person that slides into my DM on Instagram, and that's at 143 Speaks, aim high, on Instagram. The first 3 people that slides into my DM on Instagram, you just put in, "Hi, DJ, love your show," and your shirt size. We're going to send you a shirt. Man. First 3 people that slides into my DM on Instagram, and that's at 143 Speaks, aim high, "Hi, DJ, love your show," and your shirt size, we're going to send you a t-shirt. All right? Positive energy all the way.
We got you.
Well, first of all, Dan, before I get to Dre, because I want to know, Dre, what project you working on. Dre, you got unisex going on there, right? You got women's shirts, women hoodies, all that other stuff, men's.
Me, you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah. You said Dre, but all right, yeah. Unisex shirts. We got the women's cut shirts too. So ladies, if you prefer the women's cut, it's more fitted to the body. Just let him know. We got hoodies. We got jogger suits. So yeah, man. If y'all want to inquire about that, just hit me up on Instagram at Daniel Said It. That's DANIEL SAIDIT on the Instagram. That's where I'm at. Yep.
Dre Money. You're an ambassador for a clothing line. Tell us a little about the clothing lines that you're an ambassador for.
Well, it's a clothing line. It's across seas. It's called Kenzu Streetwear, and it's like pretty much. I'm a hoodie man. Yeah. I love hoodies. That's my thing. That's my brand. I love hoodies. So man, I looked up their hoodies online. I'm like, these things fire, man. I just started looking them up. I gotta get one of these, man. Next thing you know, man, 3 minutes later, somebody DM me in there. It's like, hey, man, we want you to be an ambassador on our clothing line and stuff. So, he sent me all the details, and I was like, man, that's what's up, because I love your hoodies, man, and I definitely plan on buying a lot.
Yeah.
So, that all. I won't get into the aspects of it, but it's pretty dope, man. And then that's a Kenzu the streetwear brand. I think they was established in LA, I believe, and then I think it's like across seas and stuff like that. So
you got a website that people could jump on?
RisingStreetwear.com.
All right,
cool. Just check it out. If you DM me for a code, I can get you a discount code, and then you go on there, get 25% off, and check out their wear. And there's another company. It's Doe Jones Clothing. So it's they out of Queens too. We actually, me and you, D, we went to school with
okay.
Okay. But yeah, man, I'll give you the details. But yeah, he got his own little clothing line, Queens hoodies. He got Queens hoodies, and I was like, man, that's that's the heart right there. You got Brooklyn, New York. So I was like, man, yo. So for a while, for over a year now, I've been rocking with him, and you can catch him at DoeJonesClothing.ecwid.com. He got fire hoodies, man. He got backpacks, everything, man. It's dope, man. And I also, I'm also an ambassador positive energy too. So
Okay.
because I will be.
Word.
Yeah, I need that fatigue outfit, yo. That fatigue positive energy outfit
Hey,
is dope, man.
that's
I
people.
have to buy me some.
Yo,
I have to
go
buy
in the
me some
war
Air
out
Max for that one, buddy, because
Yeah.
I like those.
there.
Word,
Yeah,
man.
all right.
Dre,
Gonna
where
get
can they
you
find you
right.
on social media?
You can find me at Dre Black Official on Instagram and on YouTube / So Imperial Beats, which is my company. So that's all. So pretty straightforward,
Yo, I'm loving the vibes, man. I'm loving the vibes. How we definitely grown from the spaces that we came from, and that played a big part in who we are. Definitely the people that came in and out of our lives. I'm always say this. You got people that come into your life for a certain amount of time, and sometimes we don't understand why they came in and why they're leaving now, why they're no longer here. But everybody comes into your life to serve a purpose, and I can tell you one thing: you brothers definitely played a very, very big role in who I am today, because leaving the atmosphere for just a little bit that I was in the South Bronx to come hang out with you guys, and it was just always love. Even when I had my my little Jetta, and you get in a car and all you had to do was just touch the window and pull it down because the roller didn't work.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. I'll never forget. I was on my way to Queens, and that damn thing stopped on me on the Queens Bridge. Not the Queens Bridge. What is it? The White Soul Bridge. And I'm like in the middle of the bridge. Let me tell you something. The cops got there like 2 seconds. Like, you gotta move that. I'm like, I can't. It won't start. And they push me right, man. I'm telling you, yo. On the bridge, the middle of the bridge. I'm over here scared to death. But they was like there. They was on it like 2 minutes, man. I'm telling you right now. But I'm happy that you guys were able to take the time to come on the show. I definitely look forward to doing this in person when all of this craziness is going on. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna break some news to y'all. I've never been on a plane before. All right. I went to Florida one time. I went to Orlando, Florida, and I actually took a train down there 24 hours. I would never do it again. My back was hurting by the time I didn't even want to do nothing. I got there. So I want to make a promise to y'all.
Yeah.
When this is all over,
yeah,
I'm gonna drive down to y'all, come see y'all. I ain't getting on no damn plane.
I'm gonna drive.
All right, I'll get on a plane. I definitely would like to get on a plane to come visit y'all and actually do this, and maybe we can set it up where we could probably meet in a town in between, whatever. So that way we could all vibe out with each other in person. Dre, you sound like Obama when you talk. You be like, yeah, well, I'm a ambassador, and I just you sound just like Obama, bro.
When I rap?
No, when you be talking, you be like,
when I be talking,
I'm gonna get me a positive energy shirt and and Trump is just an idiot, and oh shoot, I just said Trump is an idiot. I'm about to lose half of my listeners.
Gonna get banned.
Oh,
get banned, bro.
I'm gonna get banned. But gentlemen, thank you guys. I love you guys. Don't go. I'm gonna just press stop on record. Don't go yet. But I appreciate y'all for being on the show. Dre, thank you for the anthem. Dan, thank you for the positive energy. I really appreciate you guys, and I love y'all. Close it out. What I want to say to the people before we get off.
Well, I guess I just want to say, man, to everybody that's watched this podcast, stay motivated by any means necessary. I mean, just get up in the morning. Every day is a fresh start, man. We all going through a lot of stuff, but please don't let it knock you off your pivot to where you never come back. Just keep fighting every day, one day at a time, and explore your surroundings. You don't have to spend money to do it. Go outside, soak up the sunlight, look at life around you. Anything with life, man, try to absorb something positive from it, man. It's something. Even if it's the memory of the good times, try to get back to those. Make it a fight, make it a challenge. That's all I got to say, man. I love y'all, man, and stay encouraged, man. That's it. Word.
Dre, Obama Dre? I'm gonna let you go out.
Well, I want to add to what Daniel Davis has said. Okay, we got to make a change. Okay.
Yeah.
But look, for real though, to add what you said, man, just to really give people this this boost of energy and positivity.
Yeah.
If you are trying to start something, or you feel like you're discouraged, or I'm too old, oh man, it's too late, or they're doing it better than me, always ask yourself this one question: what if?
Yeah.
What if? What if you actually took the step to do it? What if, from my experience, I'm like, man, I need videos. I need a photographer. But then I ask myself, what if? What if I just tried to do it myself?
Yeah.
And I got so much equipment coming in, bro. It's crazy. So, bro, you gotta once you ask yourself that question, what if I tried myself? Then you start doing your weekly goals. For an example, my weekly goals would be, man, I want to learn how they get the cinema effect on these videos, or what kind of lighting are they use. Man, spend a week learning how to set up lighting. How they do this on video. Spend a week to learn this program. Spend a week to learn how to master. Man, every week I'm learning a whole new thing, man. I got so many things that I want to accomplish and do. So I had to stop telling myself I can't.
Yep.
DJ, you had to tell me stop saying you can't. This positive energy hoodie is telling me to stop saying I can't. You know what I mean? So I got so many things. What you surround yourself with is very important, man. Surround yourself with that positive energy.
Definitely.
That's
Ladies
it.
and gentlemen, this is another episode of Journey of the Mindset. I hope that you came here and got what you're looking for. I hope that you were able to definitely take away a lot from this episode. Until next time, world family, I love you guys. Peace.
Oh, yeah.
A lonely road, man, on this journey of and it is because when you looking at self. So when you come out, this is like when I brought out the brand, it was like, oh, I worked on me to the point where I'm centered and I'm aligned with my purpose. And now it's time to share that with others. See what I'm saying? Because I needed to be grounded in the purpose. It wasn't the time. Like, so, when I was younger, I was, like I said, I was bouncing. Whatever opportunity that was better, perceived better, I didn't have no identity. You see what I'm saying? I was then, but then was trying to find himself and becoming a man and becoming having a foundation. You know what I'm saying? When I found God, that was a piece of the foundation. But then it was like, all right, God's here, I'm here, but I'm still feeling like I'm not myself. I'm still searching to be what I need to be. Or God hasn't revealed who I was supposed to be. So what I'm saying is, along the journey, it's a lonely road because when you start to look at yourself and you start to prune yourself and start to change things and start to be intentional about me, my focus was being more positive because I seen how me being more positive had certain effects on my life, and certain effects on other people in my life and how we interact with each other in life. You understand?
Yeah.
Yo, it blew my mind. So now I say it's a lonely road because now you deal with different energies and different people by exuding the energy with a purpose, and it's like it's kind of meeting people where they at, and you want them to feel what you feeling. You want them to embody the things that you learned on this 15-year journey. You want people, because people going through a whole lot, and any little wind blow, they off they rock, and it's like, bro, if you just look around you with so many other opportunities. I want people to see that. You don't walk through life saying nothing is out there for me, because it's right in front of you. Life is in front of you. Life is there living in front of you. When we compare ourselves to others, you look at me, I go through a whole lot, but I want you to strengthen up that mind so you can survive a lot of these negative and bad energies out here that's coming to interfere with you. You'll get to the point where the negative energy don't even want to be around you. They have to change their energy to match. You know what I'm saying? they have to be neutralized. You know what I'm saying? You neutralize things because your aura it builds. That joint emits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And your people that you can see that's enemy to you. Trust me, I've seen them be neutralized. I've seen them hate me, hate what I do or whatever, and be like, man. But when they come around me, they can't be that. I seen it change because it's you just grounded. So, and I'm not saying I'm some supernatural power being, but that's how energy works.
Nah, it does.
It's a
That
fuse.
is. So you
Our
are.
bodies is our
You put a
bodies.
glow around you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And if you exude in the negative energy, you attract negative. It attracts the same. So when you start to build your force field, you start to radiate. Man, your circumference, bro. When people come in, it's like there's something about that, you know. And I just got to a point where I know how to explain, and I know what it is now. Because when you start to study things like how the body works and how different things have different frequencies and stuff like that, that's some real stuff.
Yeah,
frequency.
Interact with our environments in a whole like a tree outside, bro. That tree, when you buy it, there's certain things coming to you from it, and you giving it something to it too.
Yeah,
you are part of this world. You're not just everything is here for the taking. Da 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 da. No, you are actually a living part of this thing. Everything, all of this. That's why when Dre said Dre said that wet fuse was sparked. Yo, in my life, when I'm down, and the thing is, people think, being positive is like it's a black and white thing, like negative. No, it's a percentage thing. Today I may be on 63% positivity, and then when I connect with Dre, we charge up. See what I'm saying? Depending on, he might be on a 90 today.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when he meets me, that's that wet spark. He was there. He wasn't fully charged. But he wasn't in a point where he was dead. He's still alive physically.
I had a wet battery. My own battery. Right. It was not. I had to let it sit out.
Right. Your man came with that and charged you up. And then look, now you bouncing it back here, charge me up. We charging each other up. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I want to happen. So when I move around, come in the room or something, I'm like, hello, how you doing? Good morning. I don't care who it is. Somebody jogging past me. How you doing? Let's get back to that. Like, hey, what's up? I see you. I notice you. Yo, let me give you some energy. That might take you a long way. That person that's walking down with their head down, and you just say, hello, sir. Even some people don't even say it back. That's cool. Don't let that make you close. Keep doing it. Because that same dude comes around jogging 3 days in a row. And I've seen this happen. The fourth time, the person that never said nothing back to me, that fourth time, hey, how you doing?
Hey, yep.
See what I'm saying? Like, that's how it is. And I'm trying to get that type of energy back in the atmosphere, man.
Energy attracts energy. Let me ask both of y'all a question real fast. What would you tell your younger self?
Go ahead, Dre. You could do
it. I would tell him a few things. I would tell him to stop doubting yourself and stop doubting yourself and questioning why you only have this and why you have to work with this. It's for a reason. Only because if I never worked with a bootleg studio, you remember my first album and stuff, The Sickness and all that stuff? I did that on this little computer mic, and you had to stay back for pop, stuff like that. We had worked with Magic Studio, chopping and cutting up vocals and pulling them down, and just, man, if I never did that, I would have to start from scratch and learning how to mix and master. I mean, I've been doing that since I was 14, bro. Yeah. Like, bro, I would not know. I would never do it. I would do it if I was trying to get into it now. But being that I already have that foundation, it's like, that's easy. Being that I got that out the way, I could just work on videos. I can work on photography now, Yeah. So I would stop doubting myself. That's one thing I would definitely do, man. Never doubt. Don't listen to other people saying, no, man, you need to make it like this. No, man, be yourself. Because if you ain't yourself, then you're like somebody else. And then guess what? The same type of energy is going to keep going around. But if you're yourself, a positive self, a good self, like, You can spread it. You could spread something. You could be what they call a trend setter. You know what I mean? You're not trying to be like someone else. You just being you. Everybody's different. You can't say everybody's alike. Everybody is different. You yourself, then can you imagine what would get passed around? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially on a positive note. That look what you being yourself did for me. DJ, look what you being yourself did for me. And I hope that me being myself would do something for someone else. You know what I mean? And I want it to be a positive thing where people look at me and say, man, he's positive. He's such a good person, man. Because I genuinely love people, man. Like, they tell me at my job, like, man, everywhere we go, you just like, my mother can't stand going to the grocery store with me because everybody I know, she's like, oh, I'm like, and then you know what? Being that way, like when I came out here, I never had a problem getting a job. I never had a problem doing anything because I just knew everybody that would vouch for me. And I used to work for Google. You know that?
Nice.
You remember that?
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, I used to work for Google, man. Just driving around, with a Google car, man. And it was the perfect job for me because guess what? I just, hey, what's up, man? Chatting with people, stopping at gas station. He was like, man, you know what? Next time you come in, you get free gas or you get free this. Man, I used to get free gas, bro. And I still know those people. Even though I don't work for Google, I still know those people. And they own things. A lot of people I know own things. You know what I mean?
Google got that positive sauce too. Because let me tell you, I went to the Google headquarters in Manhattan, downtown Manhattan. First of all, the building within itself is beautiful. But the staff members, when I tell you, from what I experienced, Google has that positive sauce. They were so positive, so welcoming, and so nice. I had a wonderful time there. Wonderful time there.
I've been to their headquarters in California, man. They out there in their flip flops with their dogs sitting next to them.
Yeah, their environment is like. I'm like, I want to work here. They were like, well, what could you do? Put me anywhere. I'm going to thrive. That's just me. I'll adapt. I'll adapt, whatever. Just put me anywhere. I want to go to work, my flip-flops and chill. They got bags on the floor.
Bro, they had like 30 different kitchens. Like, when we went to go eat, they had chefs back there cooking. Like, actual chefs in 30 different cafeterias. And it was cool. Man, you got to check them out. Boy, I tell you, bro. It was... Yeah, Google definitely, they know what to do. You know what they do? They do something that a lot of companies don't do. They focus on morale. And a lot of companies doesn't understand how important morale is for a worker. You want a worker to actually enjoy their job, not come here and work. Because guess what? In their mind, they're looking for something else. Or in their mind, they're saying, oh, well, that's not right, but anybody else see it, so let it go. But you really enjoy your job, you're going to make sure the things that would cause that job to go away, you'll focus on that and make sure it's right. You know what I mean? Like, morale is you got to be able to go to work and just say, hey, guys, what's up, man? Because morale promotes positive energy.
Yep. Sure.
That's if I ever get to that point, or when I get to that point, well, I say if because I don't know if I want to go down that direction. But if I did, I would definitely make sure that people are enjoying what they do. You know what I mean? Or hire people that enjoys what they do because, I would always treat them the way they would want to be treated. You know,
that's a good mindset to keep, man. That's the same thing with me building and trying to build 143 Speaks Foundation. The people that I'm putting on board or that I'm going to put on board, even me I'm taking so much time setting up my board of directors right now because I want to make sure that the culture is 100% right. I don't want it to feel like this is just a business. Like I'm always chasing the money. I really want to go out there and I really want to make impact. I really want to help people. I really want to teach people about healthy eating, especially our community. But that's one of the things I'm really focusing on. I'm tired of working these jobs where everything is chase the money. You got to build. And I understand, listen, you need the money to stay open. I get it. But don't make it so obvious. Like, damn, like I really don't care about the clients. I just want, we just got to build. I love you guys, man.
Yeah, I love you, bro.
Yeah, you guys, amazing, man.